place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. I love to get in my car and drive across Texas. The state has mountains and seashore and trees galore, city lights and prairie sights, and a sky you wouldn't believe. I've been to a chili cook-off, an armadillo race, and I've eaten cookies cooking coon oil. I've been to Bump, Nose, Two Egg, and Hot, and even Houston. I've been to Terlingua, Lukenbach, Bigfoot, and Happy. The sound of Texas.
Weekdays at 8:15 a.m. on KBST.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning, I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Thursday, August the 7th. The time is 6:32, and it's 80 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. Yesterday, KBST News received a call about raw sewage spilling from a broken pipe in Big Spring. KBST News reporter Kayla Kay has this report.
I've noticed the smell for about 6 months, and it's just really bad. You can't really sit outside without noticing the smell. Whenever you get home, that's all you can smell. It's just horrible. I've tried calling the city a few times. I've never gotten a call back, and they still haven't, that I've noticed, been out there to do anything about it.
Kayla then asked about the awareness of potential health hazards.
I think all the standing water is probably really bad for the mosquitoes, and probably all the fumes and gases isn't good to breathe in. I'd like them to get out there and fix it and clean up all the mess that's out there. There's tons of toilet paper and hygiene products that are just laying out there that are coming out of these sewage pipes. And so not only does the break need to be fixed, but they also need to clean up the mess. It's gross.
Are there more potential problems that could arise?
We have a couple of neighbors that are wanting to sell their houses, but they don't know if they'll be able to because the smell is so strong in the evenings.
Public Works Director Johnny Womack talked to KBST News and assured the public that the problem was being looked at and that his crews would be feverishly working to fix the problem and the cleanup from the spill would not be far behind. That was Kayla Kay, KBST News reporter. Also, Big Spring Public Works Department reported that repairs were completed at approximately 10 p.m. last night on the water main break that occurred yesterday, which flooded Blankenship Field and spouted water in a 15-foot high stream. For the Big Spring mother who claims she awoke to find Paul Hildreth kissing her 6-year-old daughter, there are concerns about the amount of bond that was set when Hildreth was arraigned. Judge Timothy Green set the bond at $45,000. The mother feels the amount is too low and that Hildreth will be back on the streets. When asked about the amount, Judge Green told news media that he had to consider that Hildreth is still innocent until proven guilty and that there are multiple legal issues to consider. Green also commented that even though Hildreth is a registered sex offender, there is still a lot of things that have to be done, and the investigation is ongoing. Odessa police are on the lookout for 2 male suspects who committed an armed robbery yesterday of the Triple Diamond Game Room in Odessa. Upon arrival, officers identified a victim as 56-year-old Adeline Alvarez. Alvarez reported that 2 male suspects entered the back of the business when one of the suspects pulled out a handgun and struck her in the side of the head while demanding money. The suspects took an undisclosed amount of cash from a money bag and then fled the scene in an unknown direction. Healthy Woman, a Scenic Mountain Medical Center resource, will be hosting their annual Ladies' Night Out on August the 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Featured stops and door prize partners will be Uptown Salon and Day Spa, Splurge, and Jake Witzel Gifts and Interiors. These locations will be offering extended hours, refreshments, and an opportunity at door prizes. For more information, call Amanda Dufront at 432-268-4699 or Anita Klein at 432-568-4721. Today at 10 a.m., the Howard College Board of Trustees will meet for a budget workshop, followed by a special meeting at 12:30 after lunch. The meeting will take place in the Tumbleweed Room in the Student Union Building. Among the agenda items is the discussion of the tax rate, the scheduling of budget and tax hearings, and the nomination for the Howard County Appraisal District Board of Directors vacancy. The Friends of the Library of Howard County book sale has been set for October 17th through 19th, and they are requesting book donations. If you have books to donate, take them to the Howard County Library Monday through Friday during regular library hours. They ask no National Geographic or other magazines or condensed books, please. If you would like to join the Friends of the Library or find out more, stop by the library and pick up an application. Membership dues are only $5 per year. If you're the parent or guardian of a Big Spring ISD student in grades 1 through 5, please stop by the elementary campus the student will be attending in the fall before August the 15th, and please bring proof of residency. Any monthly bill or bank statement with the street address will work. Meet the Teacher Night for all elementary campuses will be Thursday, August the 21st. Registration begins August the 19th, and school just around the corner begins August the 25th. Keep Big Spring Beautiful, and HEB are inviting everyone to join them to help in the efforts to beautify Comanche Trail Lake. They are asking volunteers to meet at 9 a.m. Saturday, August the 23rd at the Dora Roberts Community Center. You are asked to bring rakes and gloves. Call Peggy Hopper at 214-773-6775 for more information. With back-to-school shopping upon us, the Texas Sales Tax Holiday starts tomorrow, August the 8th, and goes through the 10th. This includes items sold online, telephone, mail, and even layaway plans can be used. Texas Comptroller Susan Combs estimates shoppers will save nearly $83 million in state and local sales tax. And join Gooney and Charles this Saturday at the Relay for Life Men in Black event. KBST will be broadcasting live from 3 to 5 p.m. on KBEST 95.7. The Sid Richardson Carbon and Energy Team Brisket and Beans Cook-Off is going to be held at the Big Spring Eagles Lodge, and the entries are to be turned in by 4 p.m., and plates will be available for a donation. There's also a beanbag tournament with team sign-ups beginning at noon and play beginning at 2. So head on out this Saturday and say hello to Charles and Gooney out there again, that live remote on KBEST 95.7 from 3 to 5 p.m. And remember to check out KBST on Facebook and on the web at kbestmedia.com. And a look at local obituaries. H.C. Rowden, age 80, of Big Spring, died Monday, August the 4th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. today at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Nell Beard, age 91, of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August the 5th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Fabian Rios Jr., age 18, of Big Spring, died Wednesday, July 30th. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. today at the Holy Trinity Catholic Parish. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Sydney Francis Hurt, age 88, died August the 4th. A rosary will be held this evening at 7 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Funeral Mass will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at the St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Interment will follow in St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are under Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. And James Jim Reese, age 83, of Big Spring, died Monday. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. today at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. The KBST news time is 6:40 a.m. This portion of your news is brought to you by Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. We'll be back with a look at sports and weather.
I'm Casey Welch Baker. More families than ever are making funeral arrangements in advance. By pre-planning, you save your family from having to make decisions at a difficult time, and it gives you peace of mind. At Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, my dad, Tommy Welch, and I believe one of the most thoughtful gifts you can give your family takes no more than your time. Contact Nally Pickle and Welch, 267-6331, or visit us at npwelch.com for a free brochure on pre-planning.
Your KBST news time is 6:40 a.m. Now a look at sports with KBST sports director Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got their first back-to-back win since June yesterday. Rosales had a fantastic game that started with a 2-run homer in the second.
Knocked in a run, swings here and lifts a high fly ball out into deep right center field. Eaton going back to his left onto the track. He runs into the fence, and it's over the fence. The ball, that is. Eaton is down on the track. He went into that fence at full speed. Dion Viciedo standing over him right now. And Adam Rosales goes opposite field with a 2-run home run to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Rosales then got a solo home run in the 7th inning.
Again, the 1-2, and there's a ball hit deep out into left field. Diaza going back. He's at the track looking up. It's gone. Adam Rosales has hit his second home run of the ball game. This one a solo shot leading off the 7th. He's racing around, touching them all to give Texas a 3-0 lead.
And if that didn't make Adam Rosales a superstar, the plays on defense might have.
On the Rangers network, here's a hard hit ball to the right side. Rosales dives, has it on the outfield grass, comes up firing, and he gets Gillespie. Terrific defensive play by Adam Rosales as he raced to his left, dove onto the outfield grass, made the stop, and then popped up, got into good throwing position, and threw a dart over to J.P. Arancibia.
The Rangers got the win, finishing off the White Sox 3-1 in Chicago. They're now only 2.5 games behind the Astros, but unfortunately still remain in last place in the AL West. The Rangers have the day off as they travel to Houston for a 3-game series against the Astros that begins on Friday. The Houston Astros lost their second straight to the Phillies 10-3. Game 3 is tonight from Philadelphia with the first pitch at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds added another one to the win column, beating Tulsa 3-0 last night. Game 3 against Tulsa tonight with the first pitch from Citibank Ballpark in Midland at 7 o'clock. Football season is here, and preseason football is underway. The Dallas Cowboys have their first preseason game tonight against the San Diego Chargers. That game starts at 9 o'clock from San Diego tonight on CBS. And the Houston Texans begin preseason play Saturday with their game against the Cardinals at 7:30. And in local sports, the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition is currently underway at the Big Spring Air Park. Robin Hamilton from Georgetown, Texas, is currently in the lead after winning yesterday's task. The competition is going on all week long at the air park. Admission is free, and you can keep up with the event by following the tracker found at the link at kbsmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBS Sports Center.
And a look at your Howard County weather. A 10% chance of some isolated showers this afternoon. Mostly sunny and hot, a high around 100 degrees. Tonight, the 10% chance of rain continues late. Partly cloudy with a low around 74. Tomorrow on your Friday, as you head into the weekend, more of the same, sunny skies and hot, a high around 100. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low around 74. On Saturday, mostly sunny, a high in the upper 90s. Saturday night, partly cloudy, a low around 75. It's 80 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Coming up, more Gooney in the morning, but first, look up and live here on KBST.
One day, a little girl was sitting and watching her mother do the dishes at the kitchen sink. She suddenly noticed that her mother had several strands of white hair sticking out in contrast upon her brunette head. She looked at her mother and inquisitively asked, "Mom, why are some of your hairs white?" "Well," her mother replied, "every time you do something wrong and make me cry or unhappy, one of my hairs turns white." The little girl thought about this revelation for a while and then said, "Mama, how come all of Grandma's hairs are white?" I am Mark Lindsay, pastor of First Baptist Church for Look Up and Live. Unfortunately, we are always looking for someone to blame for our imperfections. The Lord warned us about the danger of pointing out the faults of others. He said people with planks in their eyes should not attempt to remove specks out of other people's eyes. Jesus put it this way, "For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged, and with what measure you use, it shall be measured back to you." Ask the Lord to help you see the ways you have been judgmental and to become a person with clear vision and a gentle touch. We should be building up one another and encouraging each other so the work of the Lord may go forward and we may rejoice together in the blessing.
Be dazzling. There's so much to see, smell, and feel at Dazzling Decor. Dazzling Decor has so many neat things: jewelry, kitchenware, stemware, dishes, bedding, rugs, gifts, even food items. Dazzling Decor has variety galore in a big air-conditioned environment. A cool place to shop on a hot day. Dazzling Decor at the corner of 13th and Scurry.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With second grade coming in 2014, registration is now open. They provide a Becca curriculum with certified loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Convenient, personalized dental care at an exceptional value for the entire family. That's the foundation of Abbeville Dentistry. Our doctors make it easy for you to get the quality dental care you deserve on your schedule and your budget. Abbeville Dentistry has been providing locally owned, state-of-the-art dentistry to the community with services like same-day appointments and cleanings and extractions. At Abbeville Dentistry, we don't believe you should have to pay anything to find out what's wrong. That's why your new patient exam, x-rays, and consultation have always been free. That's a $278 value. We offer an in-office savings plan, are providers for the Affordable Care Act, and accept most insurance. Schedule your appointment today. Call 432-271-3046. That's 432-271-3046. Or visit BigSpringSmiles.com. Experience the difference. Experience Abbeville Dentistry. Offer not valid with third-party remuneration. Doctors Youngblood, Shar, Capella General Dentist, Abbeville, LLC.
Like a good neighbor, Goon's Farm is there.
Seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no postcode and...
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST, AM and FM. It's almost Friday, almost. It's Thursday, August the 7th, 6:48 here at the KBS Studios. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Charles Sagona with us this morning.
Still disappointed it's not Friday yet.
I know, I keep ruining your morning every time you come in here, man. I'm sorry. Hey, I want to remind everybody, go to kbestmedia.com and sign up for the K-Best Club. Of course, we've been giving away tickets all week long to Music and Madness. We have just unloaded tickets here at the K-Best Studio.
Right.
And if you go to the K-Best Club, sign up. Make sure you sign up for the K-Best Club, and then go back and check out the secret word of the day. Here at 7:20, we're going to be asking for that secret word of the day, and the first caller that can call in with it is going to win 4 tickets to go see Mark Lowry, the Martins, Jason Crabb, all those folks down at First Baptist Church tonight. It's going down tonight.
And are we going to upgrade someone today?
Yeah, we're going to do that too. If you've been following along the past week, we're going to ask for a few of the secret words.
Right.
If you can be the first to call in with that, whatever we ask for, we're going to upgrade 2 of those tickets to gold tickets.
I like today's secret word, by the way. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the picture that's on there. I like that. But it's really cool. Yeah, you ought to go check that out. And the cool thing is we're going to upgrade those 2 tickets to gold tickets, but we're not going to make you trade in 2 of them for you. You get to keep what you've already won.
You get to bring 2 more friends.
Exactly. So you'll have 6 tickets to this event. That's pretty cool.
Now, what I suggest you get your wife or your husband, your significant other,
right,
and you sit up front in the gold seats, and you put the kids in the back.
Exactly. That's the way to do it right there. That's the way to do it. Hey, and while you're at kbestmedia.com, after you sign up for the K-Best Club, be sure to click on the YouTube button that's at the top right hand of the screen, and that'll take you straight to our YouTube page where you can watch us live. via video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Via video. That's a tough one right there, Charles.
Hey, Gooney.
What's up, man?
Check this out. And you know I'm full of useless information.
Right.
And other than Weird Al Yankovic headlining the Super Bowl, I was going through some things yesterday, and I saw this amazing story.
Right.
And we've all been there. You've been in a public place, and somebody else has a kid who's crying. We're kind of immune to our kids. I just tell my kids, shut up, and I kind of ignore it. It doesn't bother me that much. But I'm not the type of person who just goes out and just ignores the kid, let the kid cry, and just kind of aggravate everyone.
Exactly.
And
it's kind of embarrassing.
And in those situations, most people, they just don't say anything because you don't want to make the other parent mad.
Right.
Because if somebody said something about my kid, I'd be like, hey, don't tell me how to live my life.
Exactly. Parents get offended whenever other people try to tell them how to raise their kids.
Right. So this guy was in a Burger King. He was in line, and he said he had a headache, and he was going to get him a burger, and he was going home.
Right.
Well, this kid in line was just screaming and just being bad, and basically, I want a pie. And that was the theme of being in line in front of this kid. He wanted a pie. His mom was on the cell phone, not paying any attention to him. The kid's having a meltdown.
Right.
So the guy turned around, and he finally asked the mom. He says, Can you do something? I mean, I have a headache. I mean,
Please, calm him down some.
So of course the mom reacted and said, don't tell me how to raise my child.
Right.
So the guy said that he politely turned around, and the kid kept yelling, I'm going to get a pie. And the mom says, sweetie, we're going to have pies for lunch. You're not going to have to worry about that.
Right.
So the guy gets up there to the counter, and he buys all the pies. He's like, you know what?
Really?
This kid's not getting a pie. If this kid was my kid, he wouldn't get a pie. This woman's going to buy him a pie if there's pies. So I'm just going to buy every pie that they have.
Buys all of them in front of them. Wow.
And so he asked the person at the counter, he said, how many pies do you have?
Right.
They told him 23. He bought every pie.
You're kidding me.
Now these pies run about $3-4 each.
Yeah.
So you can imagine he dropped some change to teach a lesson.
Yeah.
And as he walked away, he heard the woman asking the clerk for a pie, and she goes, how can you be out of pies?
Right.
And so the guy said that he turned around, pulled the pie out of the box, and ate it in front of her.
Oh, wow.
Jerk.
Man, I hope he got it to
You think
go.
he's a jerk?
I think that's hilarious. I hope he got it to go, though, because he didn't want to sit there and listen to the kid cry even harder after that.
Probably
just ate one, got out of the way. That's funny, though. That's a good story right there. Thanks for that. Hey, I got the chance to interview Mark Lowry. He's going to be performing tonight at First Baptist Church. Yeah. Here's a little bit of the interview. It's actually a two-part. It was a great interview. Here's a little bit of it now.
I have right here on the phone with me, special guest. He's going to be in Big Spring performing at First Baptist Church. Mark Lowry, welcome, man.
Good to be with you. Thank you for having me on Gooney in the morning, Gooney in the morning, Gooney in the morning time. I tell you, that should be your theme song.
That's what it's going to be, man. I'm going to record that right there, and I'm just going to cut it out, and from here on out, that's what we're going to play every morning.
That'll wake them up.
That's what will wake them up.
That's kind of an annoying voice in the morning, I'm sure.
Well, Mark, yeah, you're doing this Music and Madness tour, and it's a really great lineup. Of course, you're going to be performing with the Martins and Jason Crabb. It will be at First Baptist Church, which is a great church here in Big Spring, but everyone in Big Spring really should come out and watch this show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The Martins and I, for about 6 months, have been on every weekend. I don't tour when I say tour, I mean like a Thursday and Friday and Saturday night. I don't go on long tours anymore. I'm too old. I like being home too much. The Martins and I sit down and we tell homecoming stories about how we met. It's fun just to see how through all this, storytelling, it's like you can see the divine hand through it all, looking back. You've heard it said, looking back is 20/20. You can see clearer looking back than you can forward. And you learn from all that. And that's where the stories come from. And that's where, your life is, just watching the moments and how God has been faithful. And we try to do that through humor and music. And it's fun.
Let me ask you this question. You've been doing this for several years now. How did you get your start in performing?
My mama. When I was 4 years old, I sang in church the first time. And I don't remember it, but I remember my parents talking about it. But I can't ever remember not singing and not, trying to be funny. I never wanted to be a comedian. I still don't like the word for me. It's not That was not the goal. Early on, I thought I was just a singer, and I was a graduate of Liberty Baptist College, and I'm traveling in these independent Baptist churches. And I had to do something while the little old man in the back of the church would change the soundtrack. And those few seconds of silence, deafening, when people were staring at you on a Sunday morning. So I started telling stories to introduce the next song. And I noticed that people were really listening when I would tell stories, and they'd kind of daydream when I sang. So I figured I want to dance with Who Brung Me. I really felt, okay, they're getting, because all I cared about from the get-go is communicate. I want to communicate. I love that we, you know, what separates us from the animals is we can form noises with our mouth, like I'm doing right now, speaking, and it's through the air, and it puts thoughts and ideas in your brain. And that's why the word is so powerful. You know, words are so powerful. And I just wanted to find ways of communicating that God is good. And it seemed like the humor was, it just kind of opened up to me. I didn't mean for it to happen.
That was the interview there with Mark Lowry. We got the rest of it coming up here at about 7:20 here on Gooney in the Morning. Be sure to get your birthdays and anniversaries in on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KBest957. We got TSN right here on KVST AM and FM.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. Does sitting on your wallet feel like sitting on a lopsided booster seat? No? Well, it should. See, Farmers agents can help you stuff your wallet by combining auto and home policies so you can walk tall, sit crooked, and hopefully find a decent chiropractor.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmers agent. We are insurance.
We are Farmers.
Your local Farmers agent is Tommy Churchwell, also carrying life, commercial, and oil field insurance at the Churchwell Agency, 267-3857.
Man executed for the fire deaths of his 3 daughters. Well, if you want a new car, there's a report out that claims August is the best month to buy it. The report says dealers may be trying to clear their lots of older vehicles to make room for the new ones. Lee Chapman is with the New Car Dealers Association and says August is great for sales.
You know, dealers have good inventories right now. You know, there's a great selection for customers to come out and look. And as always, the Dallas-Fort Worth dealers are some of the best in the country.
And the report says the best day to buy a car based on average prices is Saturday, and the worst is Friday. The Edwards Aquifer Authority says low water levels could lead to an unprecedented restriction on pumping. The aquifer's monitoring well in Bexar County is way down. Customers have had to cut their permitted use by 35% since certain restrictions went into effect in April. Today, the Rangers are off. The Astros have a game in Philadelphia tonight, and then the 2 teams meet tomorrow. This is TSN News.
To some of us, it's just a cold glass of milk, packed with nutrition. To a dairy farmer, it's the everyday commitment of protecting the environment, taking care of the cows, and raising their families in our local community. It's all about family, the cows, and the land. And of course, providing wholesome, nutritious dairy foods. To learn more about the dairy farming community, visit dairymax.org.
Texas oil and gas fields. To work there, you got to be tough, reliable, safe. That's why so many companies choose JCB, the world's safest skid steer with a side entry door. And for a limited time, every JCB skid steer comes with double the standard warranty for 4 years, or 4 years, 0% APR, and 4 months with no payments. Find a JCB dealer near you at jcbpromo.com/safe. Offer valid until September 30th, 2014 on select new models that participate in JCB Texas dealers. Subject to JCB finance approval.
Officials in Hawaii say they're ready for Hurricane Iselle. It's expected to hit the Big Island this evening with heavy rains and winds up to 85 miles an hour. Not a major hurricane, but forecasters say it's definitely enough to blow things around, and flooding is also a possibility. It would be the first hurricane to make a direct hit on Hawaii in 22 years. Edward Snowden has been granted permission to stay in Russia for 3 more years, according to his lawyer. Liberia's president has declared a national state of emergency, and the country's military forces are now enforcing quarantines of communities infected by Ebola. And residents living near Iraq's largest dam say Sunni militants from the ISIL group have overrun the complex. The Mosul Dam lies on the Tigris River, and that runs through the capital of Baghdad. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. TSN.
With news every hour, this is KDST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Richard Davies. Public health officials are now at a higher stage of alert over the growing Ebola crisis in West Africa. ABC's Aaron Katersky.
Disease trackers at the Centers for Disease Control are now at their highest level of activation, reflecting the increasing seriousness of the Ebola outbreak.
It's a sort of all hands on deck thing now so that we can draw on people who normally wouldn't be involved in this kind of infectious disease outbreak.
The CDC's Dr. Steve Monroe is particularly concerned about Ebola's move into Nigeria, the region's most populous country. The half-dozen people tested for Ebola since February in this country have all been negative, including a patient who walked into a hospital here on Monday. Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
The body of General Harold Green, who was killed this week in Afghanistan, is expected to arrive back in the U.S. this morning at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. Green was killed in an attack by a gunman at a military base. At least 12 others were wounded. The Russian government is opposed to a ban against U.S. agricultural goods and other farm imports from the West. Moscow's moves are in retaliation for sanctions over Ukraine. American officials are now concerned about more Russian moves soon.
Chuck Hagel, the defense secretary, is warning that there is an increasing threat of a Russian invasion of Ukraine. U.S. officials say there are 20,000 Russian troops now amassed on the border and that they are armed with the kind of heavy weaponry that they would need to conduct a full-scale invasion of eastern Ukraine.
ABC News White House correspondent Jonathan Karl. Hurricane preps today in Hawaii. The islands are about to get their first hurricane in more than 2 decades. Many businesses are closed. Heavy rains, high winds, and flooding expected. Gusty winds are fanning the flames of a new wildfire in Oregon, forcing at least 275 evacuations in the Columbia River Gorge community of Rowena. This is ABC News.
Too many burgers topped with chicken fried steak dipped in nacho cheese would do a number to your arteries. Grime and sludge do the same to your engine, but without that delicious flavor. Luckily, Napa has Seafoam motor treatment for just $7. So with $7, grab some Seafoam at Napa and get your engine's arteries clean. And eat a vegetable every once in a while. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer expires 8/31/14.
It'll be home to 942 bursts of laughter, a 16-pound blackened turkey dinner, and the loudest burp on record. It will see its fair share of broken windows, broken bones, broken hearts. But first, you have to find it. Start your home search at Zillow.com or on our family of apps. You can view millions of photos, browse historical pricing data, and even sign up for alerts when new homes hit the market. Zillow. Find your way home.
Getting more vitamin D can cut your risk of dementia, according to a new British study. Details from ABC's Chuck Sievertson.
Adding salmon and other good fat fish, sunshine, eggs, milk, cheeses, or supplements had an effect that didn't take long.
After about 2 to 3 years, so certainly by 6 years, the differences were quite pronounced.
Lead study author at the U of Exeter, Dr. David Llewellyn.
The people who had mild vitamin D deficiency had about a 53% increased risk of dementia, and those with severe deficiency had more than double the risk.
More info is in the Journal of the American Academy of Neurology. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Scientists in California are linking a newly identified gene to breast cancer. A study published in this week's New England Journal of Medicine says women with the PALB2 mutation have a 14% chance of breast cancer by the age of 50. I'm Richard Davies, ABC News.
The Big Green Egg, the most versatile cooking device ever. Is it a grill? Is it an oven? Or a smoker? The answer is yes. You can sear steaks, chops, and fish with a flavor-packed crust unmatched by other grills. High-temperature steakhouse grilling, even at 750 degrees, is quick and easy. The Big Green Egg bakes bread, pizza, cookies, cakes better and quicker than your kitchen oven. You may never bake indoors again. Meals are more memorable when you roast a turkey or ham on a Big Green Egg. The moisture retention produces the most flavorful meat you have ever tasted. The construction of the egg allows for extreme flexibility at low heat or when used as a smoker. The egg gives the best results with turkey, ham, brisket, chicken, or ribs. Want a slow cook at low heat for 14 to 16 hours? No problem. Convenience is the name of the game. So stop in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Chotewell Service. I know some witches. No, not Halloween witches. Waterwell witches. Chotewell Service has witches. If water is there, Chotewell Service can find them. For your water well needs, call us. Chotewell Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business, and we have witches.
Right away in a Texas Edition Silverado from Pollard Chevrolet Buick Cadillac, 1501 East 4th Street. It's sleek. 20-inch chrome wheels, monochromatic door handles. It seats 5 comfortably and has under-seat storage. It's rugged, whether hauling furniture or equipment. It gets the job done in style. That's Texas style. Silverado with a big silver star. What a deal! Buy local, receive VIP treatment. The price is right at Pollard. A lot of truck for your buck. Compare and save cash and time. Drive only a mile for a smile. Right away, Pollard Chevrolet.
This is where the cowboy rides away.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Hello, I'm Larry McClellan, owner of Leonard's Family of Pharmacies, which has been serving Big Spring and Howard County for over 65 years. We've always strived to serve our hometown with exceptional service, competitive prices, and community service. We invite you to visit our 3 locations: Professional Pharmacy at 10th and Main, Leonard's Pharmacy at 7th and Scurry, and Westover Pharmacy on the corner of FM 700 and Westover. Enjoy the hometown service of Leonard's Family of Pharmacies.
When you encounter life's challenges, don't face them alone. Call the law offices of R. Shane Seaton. The attorneys and staff provide attentive customer service while working diligently to meet all of your legal needs. Your personal injury, family law, criminal, probate, or real estate case will be given the personal attention it deserves. Their focus is always you. They accept most credit cards, offer flexible payment plans, and are bilingual. Call 264-1800 or visit their website at bigspringlaw.com today.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning, I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Thursday, August the 7th. The time is 7:09, and it's 79 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast will be coming up. Yesterday, KBST News received a call about raw sewage spilling from a broken pipe in Big Spring. KBST's news reporter, Kayla Kay, had this report.
I've noticed the smell for about 6 months, and it's just really bad. You can't really sit outside without noticing the smell. Whenever you get home, that's all you can smell. It's just horrible. I've tried calling the city a few times. I've never gotten a call back, and they still haven't, that I've noticed, been out there to do anything about it.
Potential health hazards were mentioned.
I think all the standing water is probably really bad for the mosquitoes, and probably all the fumes and gases isn't good to breathe in. I'd like them to get out there and fix it and clean up all the mess that's out there. There's tons of toilet paper and hygiene products that are just laying out there that are coming out of these sewage pipes. And so not only does the break need to be fixed, but they also need to clean up the mess. It's gross.
Could there be more potential problems from this spill?
We have a couple of neighbors that are wanting to sell their houses, but they don't know if they'll be able to because the smell is so strong in the evenings.
Public Works Director Johnny Womack reported to KBST News that crews would be working feverishly to repair the problem and that cleanup would not be far behind. Big Spring Public Works Department also reported that repairs were completed at approximately 10 p.m. last night on the big water main break that occurred yesterday, which flooded Blankenship Field and spouted water in a 15-foot-high stream. For the Big Spring mother who claims she awoke to find Paul Hildreth kissing her 6-year-old daughter, there are concerns about the amount of bond that was set when Hildreth was arraigned. Judge Timothy Green set the bond at $45,000. The mother feels the amount is too low and that Hildreth will be back on the streets. When asked about the amount, Judge Green told news media that he had to consider that Hildreth is still innocent until proven guilty, and there are multiple legal issues to consider. Green also commented that even though Hildreth is a registered sex offender, there are still a lot of things that have to be done, and the investigation is ongoing. Odessa police are on the lookout for 2 male suspects who committed an armed robbery yesterday of the Triple Diamond Game Room in Odessa. Upon arrival, officers identified a victim as 56-year-old Adeline Alvarez. Alvarez reported that 2 male suspects entered the back of the business when one of the suspects pulled out a handgun and struck her in the side of the head while demanding money. The suspects took an undisclosed amount of cash from a money bag and fled the scene in an unknown direction. KBST News reporter Kayla Kay has this report about a new business in downtown Big Spring.
Hi, I'm Donna Blake Gamble, and we'd like to invite you out to the Legacy Restaurant for great food and great service. We have daily lunch specials and dinner specials. Some of our lunch specials include chicken fried steak or hamburger steak, catfish. We have also salads, pasta dishes, burgers, sandwiches, and kids' plates. Come out for lunch or dinner or have your favorite cocktail. We serve great fresh food.
And the Legacy is open when?
We're currently open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, although that is subject to change as the business grows. And thank you, and come out and visit us at the Legacy Restaurant.
There was a ribbon cutting yesterday afternoon downtown for the Legacy Restaurant, just a short stroll away in downtown Big Spring. Today at 10 a.m., the Howard College Board of Trustees will meet for a budget workshop, followed by a special meeting at 12:30 p.m. after lunch. The meeting will take place in the Tumbleweed Room in the Student Union Building. Among the agenda items is the discussion of the tax rate, the scheduling of budget and tax hearings, and the nomination for the Howard County Appraisal District Board of Directors vacancy. The third annual Community Prayer Breakfast for teachers and paraprofessionals will be August the 22nd at 7:30 a.m. The breakfast will be held at the First Christian Church Fellowship Hall and will feature Tom Koger and musician George Bancroft. The breakfast is sponsored by the First Baptist Church, First Christian Church, First Church of the Nazarene, and First Presbyterian Church. If you're the parent or guardian of a Big Spring ISD student in grades 1 through 5, you're asked to please stop by the elementary campus that the student will be attending in the fall before August the 15th, and please bring proof of residency. Any monthly bill or bank statement with the street address will work. Meet the Teacher Night for all elementary campuses will be Thursday, August the 21st. Registration begins August the 19th, and school begins August the 25th. Make sure you keep checking out kbestmedia.com for a list of school supplies and any other Big Spring ISD and area ISD information. Leadership Big Spring has announced that their first class will be September the 11th Applications that have gone out by mail are due back to the Chamber of Commerce by August the 15th. Space is limited, so if you need an application, call the Chamber office at 263-7641. With back-to-school shopping upon us, the Texas sales tax holiday starts tomorrow and runs through the 10th. This includes items sold online, by telephone, by mail, and even layaway plans can be used. Texas Comptroller Susan Combs estimates shoppers will save nearly $83 million in state and local sales taxes. Make sure you join Charles and Gooney because they'll be broadcasting live this Saturday beginning at 3 p.m. for the Relay for Life Men in Black event. The Sid Richardson Carbon and Energy Team Brisket and Beans Cook-Off will be held at the Big Spring Eagles Lodge. Entries are to be turned in by 4 p.m. and plates will be available for a donation. There's also a beanbag tournament, and the team needs to sign up beginning at noon, and play begins at 2. Remember, that's this Saturday, KBES 95.7 broadcasting live at the Relay for Life's Men in Black event. And remember to check out KBST on Facebook and on the web at kbestmedia.com. In local obituaries, Nell Beard, age 91 of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August the 5th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at myersandsmith.com. H.C. Rowden, age 80 of Big Spring, died Monday. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. today at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Fabian Rios Jr., age 18 of Big Spring, died Wednesday, July 30th. Funeral services are at 10 a.m. today at the Holy Trinity Catholic Parish. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Sidney Francis Hurt, age 88, died August the 4th. A rosary will be held this evening at 7 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. The funeral mass will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Interment will follow in St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are under the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home, and online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. James Jim Reese, age 83 of Big Spring, died Monday. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. today at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. The KBST News Time is 7:17. This portion of your news is brought to you by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. We'll be back with a look at sports and your weather right after this.
Losing a loved one is a time of turmoil. Thoughtfulness can go a long way to ease the burden.
At the last minute, I realized I forgot the floral arrangements, but they hadn't.
We'll see to every aspect with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
Your KBST news time is 7:18. Now, in a look at sports, it's KBST Sports Director, Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got their first back-to-back win since June yesterday. Rosales had a fantastic game that started with the two-run homer in the second inning.
Knocked in a run, swings here and lifts a high fly ball out into deep right center field. Eaton going back to his left onto the track. He runs into the fence, and it's over the fence. The ball, that is. Eaton is down on the track. He went into that fence at full speed. Dion Viciedo standing over him right now. And Adam Rosales goes opposite field with a two-run home run to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Rosales then got a solo home run in the seventh.
Again, the 1-2, and there's a ball hit deep out into left field. Diaza going back. He's at the track looking up. It's gone. Adam Rosales has hit his second home run of the ball game. This one a solo shot leading off the seventh. He's racing around, touching them all to give Texas a
defense.
On the Rangers network, here's a hard hit ball to the right side. Rosales dives. Has it played by Adam Rosales as he raced to his left, dove onto the outfield grass, made the stop, and then popped up, got into good throwing position, and threw a dart over to J.P. Arencibia.
The Rangers got the win, finishing off the White Sox 3-1 in Chicago. They are now only 2.5 games behind the Astros, but unfortunately still remain in last place in the AL West. The Rangers have the day off as they travel to Houston for a 3-game series against the Astros that begins on Friday. The Houston Astros lost their second straight to the Phillies 10-3. Game 3 tonight from Philadelphia with the first pitch at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds added another one to the win column, beating Tulsa 3-0 last night. Game 3 against Tulsa's tonight with the first pitch from Citibank Ballpark in Midland at 7 o'clock. And football season is here, and preseason football is underway in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have their first preseason game tonight against the San Diego Chargers. That game starts at 9 o'clock tonight on CBS. And the Houston Texans begin preseason play on Saturday with their first game against the Cardinals at 7:30 in Arizona. And in local sports, the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition is currently underway at the Big Spring Air Park. Robin Hamilton from Georgetown, Texas, is currently in the lead after winning yesterday's task. The competition is going on all week long at the Big Spring Air Park. Admission is free, and you can keep up with the event by following the live tracker found on the link at kbsmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBS Sports Center. We got your CBS Pinpoint Weather coming up next, right here.
Pastor Courtney Ballard and the good folks at the Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Howard County would like to invite you and your family to their Sunday worship services at 10 o'clock. Bible study begins at 9. Cowboy Church is located south of Big Spring at 5108 Nichols Road, and that's across the street from the Elbow Elementary School at the corner of Farm Road 818 and Nichols Road. Dress is casual. Come join us for old-time gospel and country songs. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Your KBST News Time is 7:22. Here's a look at our Howard County weather right after this. All right, and a look at your Howard County weather. A 10% chance of rain today, mainly in the afternoon hours. Mostly sunny and hot, and a high around 100 degrees. Tonight, that 10% chance of rain continues. Partly cloudy, a low around 74. Tomorrow and Friday, as we head into the weekend, mostly sunny skies and a high around 100 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy, a low around 74. And on Saturday, continued mostly sunny and warm, a high around 96. And Saturday night, partly cloudy skies and a low around 75. The KBST News Time is 7:22. This portion of your news is brought to you by the Circuit Rider Cowboy Church. Coming up, local birthdays and the sweetheart of the day on Gooney in the Morning right here on KBST.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
Mark Lowry is coming your way.
I used to have ADHD, but y'all, I dropped the H. I'm too old to be that hyper. I'm now just attention deficit disordered. And what was I talking about?
The Music and Madness Tour. Mark Lowry in concert featuring Jason Krabs. And the Martins. Tonight, 7 o'clock at First Baptist Church in Big Spring.
Mary, did you know?
Tickets are available at First Baptist Church, online at marklowry.com, and by phone at 855-223-1008.
People my age are having babies now. By the time the babies are out of diapers, the parents are in them. Hey, this is Mark Lowry, and we're coming to see you. Some things never change.
Tonight's the night, 7 o'clock at First Baptist Church in Big Spring. Welcome by KBST.
Casablanca would like to thank everyone for voting them the best Mexican food restaurant in town. Casablanca would like to remind everyone that they will be closed from Monday, August 4th through Monday, August 18th for vacation, but will reopen on Tuesday, August 19th and get back to serving those delicious, authentic Mexican dishes you love. Casablanca wants to thank everyone for their business, and they look forward to serving you for years to come. Casablanca, 1005 La Mesa Highway in Big Spring.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime. All right, showtime. Showtime. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right? Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD. Yes. Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready?
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. Like I don't care, baby, by the way. It is Thursday, August the 7th, 7:25 here at the K-Best Studios. We got Charles Sagona with us.
What's going on?
It's going. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Woo, woo. Almost Friday. It's almost here.
Almost.
If you say it's almost Friday one more time today.
It's almost Friday. I'm just trying to pump you up for tomorrow.
She's going to beat you with her flip-flop.
I am.
She probably will today. I'm going to watch out.
Chocolate assault.
Is that a thing? It is now, huh? Hey, we got a few birthdays here on the Facebook. Here at Facebook.com/KBest957. I had a birthday that I put on here. I wish a special happy birthday to Mr. Corbin Young. Happy birthday, Corbin. Kyle Carroll's wishing a happy birthday to the Big Spring High School class of 1988's Nicole Curry Larsoniere. I hope I got that right. Man, I need some glasses on some days. Ernest Rodriguez wishing a happy birthday to Brendan Rodriguez. That's Maria Dominguez's grandson. Happy birthday, Brendan. If you're having a birthday or an anniversary out there, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth-anniversary. Remember, you can get those birthdays and anniversaries in every day by just posting on the Facebook page that we put up a comment there every day. Or you can send an email to onair@kbst.com or just give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278. We'll be sure to get your birthdays on. A little long-winded there, sorry.
It's all about the birthdays.
I know, I'm tired now. Hey, Heather.
Yeah.
Who's the sweetheart today?
Our sweetheart for the day is Angela Newton.
Well, congratulations to Miss Angela Newton. Angela's going to be receiving a beautiful rose and a bud vase from Face Flowers. If you happen to see Angela today, be sure to thank her for everything she does. Congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day and give her $1. $1 bills, y'all. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey. Sorry.
Can I borrow it?
Sure. I'll hook you up, man. Whoa.
I need two. The soda machine takes two.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it just takes
sodas.
it.
Man, I'll hook you.
You got my soda.
I'll hook you.
No, I
no, the guy,
7-Up.
The Coke guy, when he came here to fix the machine here, he told us, he said, hey, I fixed everything, but one of them actually shoots out 2 sodas whenever you put in $1.50. And we were like, which one? Tell us. And it was like he was going to make us play Russian roulette and try to figure it out on our own. But he was like, it's the 7-Up. And Heather and I both went, oh.
Yeah.
Nobody wants 7-Up.
You only drink 7-Up when you're sick.
Well, apparently the Mountain Dew makes up for it because about every 3 that I purchase, it doesn't come out.
Yeah, we have some issues sometimes with that. It's
he got a new motor for us. He said as soon as it comes in, he'll come in and he'll install it.
Nice.
Hey, Gooney, they have another Healthy Woman event happening. It's going to be going down August 28th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be called Ladies Night Out.
That's awesome. Looks like a fun night.
It's for ladies.
It's for ladies, Gooney.
No, it looks like a fun night for ladies. Ladies can still have fun. Jeez.
Are you trying to get an invite?
No, I'm just saying it looks like they can have fun this night.
Hey, they're going to
+1, Gooney.
They're going to have pretty good door prizes. Uptown Salon, Day Spa, Splurge, and Healthy Woman friend Jake Witzel Gifts and Interiors.
That's right.
They're all going to be they're going to have some door prizes for you.
That'd be cool.
And each of those locations are going to be offering extended business hours, refreshments, and an opportunity at door prizes. So stop in and see what these local businesses have to offer and see what Healthy Woman can do for you.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's going to be August 28th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. For more information, you can contact Amanda Dufron at 268-4699. Again, that's 268-4699. Or Anita Klein at 268-4721. It's going to be a great event. This is just a ladies' night out. They'll just kind of bounce around and business hop a little bit. Hey, we got TSN coming up next right here on KBST AM and FM.
Break from the Texas State Network. I'm Mitch Carr. A group of high school cheerleaders from Hardin County asking the Texas Supreme Court for some help. TSN's Kurt Lewis explains.
The cheerleaders in Coons want a ruling on whether banners emblazoned with Bible verses displayed at football games is protected free speech. The cheerleaders had filed a lawsuit against the Coons School District after it initially said the banners could not be displayed. District officials later reversed that ruling but retained the right to restrict the content, saying it was not private speech. There have been court rulings for and against the banners, and now attorneys for the cheerleaders want the state's highest civil court to say the district cannot restrict what's written on the banners. Kurt Lewis, TSNU.
An attorney for the school district has previously said the district believes it's not a free speech issue because the Coons ISD has editorial control over the content of the banners. He said that the district would not forbid any banners that were religious in nature, but would do so if they contained language that was offensive or in poor taste. The first of the hearings in a Cameron County voter fraud case begin today. 2 of the 6 women accused of various charges will be arraigned this morning on misdemeanors with maximum penalties of up to a year in jail and $4,000 fines. The other 4 defendants are to be in court later this summer. It's an unusual collaboration, and TSN's Cameron Fairchild reports a Texas law enforcement agency has teamed up with the Innocence Project of Texas.
Texas State Fire Marshal Chris Keneally is turning over more than a decade of case files to the Innocence Project. He wants them to review the investigations for wrongful convictions.
We have the same goal, being the State Fire Marshal Office and the Innocence Project of Texas, is that we want to make sure that justice is served.
Keneally says the collaboration may seem unusual because law enforcement agencies usually have an adversarial relationship with the Innocence Project. Several high-profile arson cases have come under scrutiny in Texas, including that of Cameron Todd Willingham, executed for the fire deaths of his 3 daughters. Cameron Fairchild, TSN News.
The water situation in the San Antonio area and that part of Texas is becoming critical. The Edwards Aquifer has reached a low point that could cause a 40% cut in pumping as soon as next week. The San Antonio Express News says stage 4 is possible, and the reductions could begin next Tuesday. San Antonio and several other cities are affected. This is in Bexar and Medina counties and portions of 5 other counties. And the Weather Service has not included rain in the official outlook for at least the next week in that area. Still to come on TSN's Morning News Break, a parole hearing for the Angel of Death. Now this.
Westex Auto Parts keeps an up-to-date inventory of transmissions, engines, and rear ends for late model pickups. It's the place to go to save money when you're faced with big problems with your pickup. Westex has been supplying drivers of late model pickups with parts since 1947, so you can count on fast, courteous, and dependable service. Call Westex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Have you seen Hair by Jose's new studio in downtown Big Spring? Hair by Jose is at 109 East 3rd Street and carries top-of-the-line hair products including TG, Bedhead, and S Factor. Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Book an appointment today by calling 714-HAIR. 714-HAIR. See the new location at 109 East 3rd Street in downtown Big Spring. Hair by Jose.
Welcome back to Morning News Break on TSN. A woman known as the Angel of Death in San Antonio is up for parole and could be released as early as today. Experts, including Andy Kahan, say it's not likely, but Janine Jones, the former pediatric nurse accused of killing as many as 4 dozen infants, is up for parole today. Kahan says the real problem is not the parole hearing, it's the mandatory release rules, which say any violent offender between the ages of 77 and 87 is eligible as long as there has not been any bad behavior while in prison.
And like it or not, Jones is in that category.
And if she is not paroled today, Kahan says investigators will still have 3 years then to find any other crimes they might be able to charge her with that would help keep her locked up. President Obama signing a veterans health care bill today. It's into law. It's expected to make it easier for veterans in Texas and elsewhere to get government-paid health care from local doctors, and was okayed by Congress in response to reports of veterans dying while waiting for appointments and of VA employees covering up long wait times. Governor Perry's act of funding the National Guard border surge with $38 million from the DPS has some state lawmakers crying overreach. TSN's Austin Bureau Chief Chris Fox says some of the lawmakers are questioning whether the governor even has the power to do this.
Is the border crisis an emergency, and does Governor Perry have the right to create his own funding to cover it? That's what lawmakers like State Rep Sylvester Turner want to know.
How long has this right been in place, and when was the last time we utilized it in this fashion?
Going to the comptroller and using the 061 through 065 government code process, I think this is the first time.
That's Governor Perry's senior advisor, Mike Morrissey. State Rep John Zerwas feels the governor went behind their back.
This group was left out of the information loop on this.
The $38 million Perry is using is expected to cover the next 2 months. In Austin, Chris Fox, TSN News.
The Texas School Accountability Ratings will be released tomorrow using the new simplified accountability system. Shannon Hauser with the TEA says the system rates schools as either meeting standards or needing improvement. But a school can also earn distinction designations.
We don't call them necessarily gold stars, but you can think of them that way, that those are extra things a school can earn if they achieve the Met standard, and we've actually added this year gold stars to this report to emphasize that achievement.
A man has died of his injuries after being severely burned during a spill of molten material at a factory in Seguin. 21-year-old Clifton Wright was burned Sunday afternoon at CMC Steel, Texas, and was taken to the military hospital burn unit in San Antonio. Another worker was slightly injured. A report says if you want a new car, August is the best month to buy one. The report says dealers may be trying to clear their lots to make room for the new models. Lee Chapman is head of a car dealer organization in North Texas, and he says, August is a great time for car sales.
Dealers have good inventories right now. There's a great selection for customers to come out and look. And as always, the Dallas-Fort Worth dealers are some of the best in the country.
The report says the best day to buy a car based on average prices is Saturday, and that the worst day is Friday. Atmos Energy has posted an 18% jump in its profits for the third quarter, and the report shows it's mostly from recent rate hikes in Texas. The utility company is currently in a legal battle, too, with about 130 cities over new rate hikes. Atmos says it needs the cash to help pay for infrastructure upgrades. The next step for the Dallas-based company would be to take the rate request to the Texas Railroad Commission. The Dallas Morning News reports Atmos earns nearly half of its profit in the Lone Star State. 30 coins stamped by the U.S. Mint in the 19th century could bring in more than $300,000 at auction today. The proceeds would go to the Harry W. Bass Jr. Foundation, named for the late Texas businessman who supported the arts and education. The coins were used by the U.S. Mint to test designs and metals and have been on display at a museum in Colorado. Today's auction is being handled by Dallas-based Heritage Auctions, and the coins will be sold individually during the American Numismatic Association's World's Fair of Money being held near Chicago. Up next, Mike Rogers.
Can you think of a better place to set up a marijuana farm than a prison?
There's a 7-acre yard that is secured by approximately a 25-foot fence with razor wire on top of it.
I'm Mike Rogers. We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
As Morning News Break continues on TSN. Now this.
Ladies
Dazzling Decor invites you to feel the power. When your phone battery is low, put it in your purse and get charged. That's right, put a dead phone in your purse and pull it out fully charged. Thanks to the Mighty Purse. It's a stylish leather purse that charges your phone on the go. Yes, the Mighty Purse has a smartphone charger built in. The Mighty Purse at Dazzling Decor on 13th and Scurry. The Mighty Purse. Feel the power on the go at Dazzling Decor on 13th and Scurry.
Maggio swinging at the whistling line drive to left center field. The base hit is taken on the second.
Baseball is America's national sport, with more words written about it than any other sport.
Here comes the pitch. And there goes the line drive.
It is exciting to watch a game.
There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be.
When you're getting ready to go to a game, check your vehicle. If you need a part, call West Texas at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
And from Washington, fewer people sought U.S. unemployment benefits last week as jobless claims remain at relatively low levels, pointing towards stronger economic growth. And now TSN's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
Well, if you had the opportunity to buy an abandoned prison, your first thought would probably be, what the heck am I going to do with an abandoned prison? But not Nicholas Erker.
I've got to thinking there's something here. Like, I can't put my finger on what it is right now, but this is too good of a deal to pass up.
But it wasn't until a friend passed along a rumor to Nick that it finally dawned on him.
He said, the rumor is you bought the prison to grow marijuana inside the fence.
And Nick does live in Colorado, after all, a state where marijuana is now legal.
And I said, that's actually not a half bad idea.
So that's what he'll be doing with it, just outside the town of Brush.
Our plans right now are looking at utilizing the old jail cells where the prisoners were housed. There's a 7-acre yard that is secured by approximately a 25-foot fence with razor wire on top of it.
And even if you get past that,
all of the exterior walls and ceiling are 8 inches of solid concrete.
Still, though, a lot of the locals are not on board with the idea.
You know, a lot of citizens in Brush said, well, we don't want marijuana in our community.
Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
But when you look at it, the marijuana's already there.
And again, it is now legal.
It's no different than brewing beer or distilling bourbon.
Plus, think about the boost to the local economy. The grocery stores are going to love this.
Oh, cool, taco shells.
We're not just providing jobs, we're also providing a huge amount of tax revenue.
And in the end, that may be enough to win over the locals and get that weed growing.
There is a lot of irony to the situation, you know, looking at how many people could have been housed in that facility for crimes related to the very products that we're looking at growing in the cells where they were housed.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Thank you, Mike. And now Chris Schneider takes a look at sports.
Thank you, Mitch. Good morning. Baseball last night saw the Astros jump out to an early lead, but they didn't hold it and end up losing to the Phillies 10-3. Brad Peacock struggled in his first big league start since being sent to the minors. Rangers win in Chicago. They beat the White Sox 3-1. Adam Rosales homered twice in a game for the first time in his career, and the Rangers with back-to-back wins for the first time in over a month. It's been a long time coming for the Rangers. Astros and Phillies again tonight. Rangers will take the day off. Tiger Woods played 9-hole practice round yesterday and says he's ready to go for the PGA Championship, which is off and running outside of Louisville this morning. Rory McIlroy is the prohibitive favorite there. Football is here. The Cowboys will play their first preseason game tonight in San Diego. The Texans, they get their preseason started with a game at Arizona on Saturday. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
And recapping our top story, cheerleaders from the Kuntz School District in Hardin County have gone to the Texas Supreme Court asking for help with their banners, the ones with biblical verses. I'm Mitch Carr. Morning News Break on TSN.
National Bank of Big Spring has been serving West Texans since 1909. We've helped a lot of businesses since then, and we're still doing just that, making loans for existing businesses to expand and new businesses to get started. If you need a new building, working capital, or some new equipment, give us a call at 264-2100. The State National Bank is your locally owned and operated community bank. People you know, tradition you trust. Member FDIC. Equal opportunity lender.
And then the swamp monster moves through.
Sir, unzip this tent.
Oh, yes. Officer, is there something wrong?
Yes, sir. You're in a tent.
What's wrong with that?
Sir, you're in front of McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, the kids and I want to be the first ones to get a delicious big breakfast with hotcakes at McDonald's. Scrambled eggs, a biscuit, sausage patty,
Sir?
hash browns, and hotcakes. It's a breakfast for everyone to love.
Sir, can I wait with you?
Price and participation may vary. When you combine juicy beef patties with enough jalapenos to power a rocket to Jupiter, you expect the price to be astronomical as well. Instead, you get one of the best values on Earth, and a new movement is born, Econom-Nom-Nomics, where impossibly good food and low prices can coexist in the universe. The Jalapeno Double. Try it now for just $2 on McDonald's Dollar Menu and more. It's Econom-Nom-Nomical. Nom-nom-nom-nom-nom. Prices and participation may vary.
Have you been looking for the perfect job? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is looking for you. We're looking for the right someone to join our team. We offer competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement. If you're good with people, enjoy helping others, have good computer skills, we'd like to talk to you about our inside sales position. It's a full-time job with 40 hours every week and weekends off. Put that together with competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement, and the Paint and Safety Store could become your new favorite job. Apply today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
Attention employers, get your staff members in, out, and back to work. There is now one place in Big Spring to send your employees for testing. West Texas Injury Prevention, a subdivision of Back in Motion. Our healthcare professionals are here to help employers screen existing and potential employees for health risks. West Texas Injury Prevention performs employee physicals, drug testing, EKGs, flu vaccines, TB and hepatitis screenings, weight limit testing, breath alcohol, digital x-rays, even DOT exams. The advantage to West Texas Injury Prevention is that all of the testing is in one location. Just one. No traveling around or waiting around. In fact, with Rapid eScreen, negative drug tests come back in just 5 minutes. West Texas Injury Prevention will even go to your business. Get your employees in, out, and back to work. Get physical with West Texas Injury Prevention. Next door to Back in Motion at 12th and Scurry. Call 264-1920 to set up an appointment today.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not doing the truffle shuffle. It's Gooney in the morning on KBS 95.7.
Welcome back to Gooney in the morning on KBST AM and FM. It is Thursday, August the 7th, 7:47 here at the KBS studios. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Charles Sagono with us this morning.
I think we're going to have to get this trombone guy on the show.
We need to. I don't know. I know the three of us have all seen this video. If you haven't seen this video yet, Heather, you shared it on your on-air page, right?
Yes, I did.
Go check out. Just search Heather on Air on Facebook, and the video is up on her page right now. You have to see it. It is hilarious. This guy plays this trombone. He plays this song, and the cows come home, basically. Yeah. That's what happens.
But you know what? This isn't even his best video. This is just his newest video.
This is the only one I've seen.
He does a lot. He's got a lot of downtime for a farmer, and he does a lot of song parodies.
Oh, really?
He does. He has what does the farmer say? Which is what does the fox say? He nice. Also has another one. Actually, my favorite. It's a Frozen parody for farmers.
Really?
And it's like, do you want to drive my tractor?
Yeah, we need to get a hold of this guy.
Yeah, this guy is definitely talented. Like I said, he's got a lot of spare time for a farmer. Most farmers I know are too busy to make videos.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Or play trombone.
He must not be doing good. We need some rain down there or something.
Maybe so. I think he's in Kansas.
Yeah. We got the U.S. hang gliding competition going on right now at the Big Spring Air Park. This is awesome. It's free admission to get down there. It's been going on all week long. We actually have Belinda Bolter on the line with us again this morning to give us an update. Belinda, how you doing?
Oh, just great. How are you?
We are doing fantastic here. Hey, update us a little bit. I know yesterday we had a task that everything took off right there in front of the stand, so it was a cool takeoff. And we actually, I guess after yesterday's task, or what I'm seeing from the website, because I've been tracking everything through kbsmedia.com and clicking on that link there, Robin Hamilton, I guess he's doing pretty good in this competition.
Yeah, he's the overall winner, and he's a transplanted Texan. He grew up in the north of Scotland, but he has lived in Houston for as long as I've known him, and represents the U.S. when he flies in international meets. So,
and he's now in Georgetown, right? Isn't that where he lives now?
No, he's in Houston.
Oh, okay.
And it's Zimmerman's in Georgetown.
I see.
So, he's a really wonderful guy with a great family, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Now, I have to say, second for the day yesterday was my husband, David Straub. So I have to give him that plug.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
third was Zach Majors. Now, they had a really fast race. First of all, we waited longer than we expected to because it was windy and blue there. There weren't any little clouds. It was the wind. The airport recorded 19 knots. Yeah. So it was definitely windy. But then once they got up, the clouds started to form and point in like streets off toward the north. So they had a great race to town, which is just south of Lubbock. Right. And then they made a sharp left turn to land at the goal at Brownfield, and then all of a sudden it was blue again, and they had a headwind, and that was a tough leg, that last part. And the overall task was 120 miles. So people were landing at Robin landed at 6:30. People were still landing at 7 o'clock at the goal. We had 10 people at goal yesterday.
So, Belinda, you're a little bit over halfway through the competition. I think you have today, you have Friday, and then Saturday left.
Right.
What anything notable so far in the competition this year?
Anything what?
Notable.
Anything notable. Well, I think we this is sucking at me. I guess the weather really is the most notable thing. Last year we had a couple days with rain, and we've had years where we had enough moisture that we had to worry about clouds and storms getting in the way of the task or jeopardizing people's safety. And I'd say the main notable thing this year is just because it's so dry, people have had really strong climbs, like 12,000 feet, and really fast climbs over 1,000 feet a minute, day after day. So I'd say that's the most notable thing. And people are I'm starting to ask them how they're feeling, because I look around, I know I'm starting to look a little puffy, and I'm looking around at these guys. They haven't had a lot of sleep.
Right.
And I want to make sure they're safe.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, but, I get they're supposed to check in with just their last name to tell me they're safe. And I get pictures and raves about, this was the best flight of my life. So
awesome.
They're having a great time.
Well, let me ask you this, Belinda. Because the committee, the task committee meets every day at noon and tries to figure out the task. Do you think over the next few days they're really going to focus on trying to get a world record here in Big Spring? Because I know this is a place that can definitely happen.
Well, first of all, the task committee meets at 9, and the launch opens at noon.
Okay.
But it totally depends on the weather. The day that they tried for that world record task, they thought we were going to have no wind and still really high climbs, really high top of the lift, and that would be conditions where you could have a world record.
Okay.
The other kind of record that we had is the year that they all flew to Panhandle. That was the longest task ever called in a competition.
Wow.
But I think, although we could do that, I think people are too tired. We would have to have a rest day the next day.
Right.
And I think people would rather fly every day.
I gotcha. That's understandable. And the what time is it that the athletes actually meet together for their meeting every morning?
We meet at 10 o'clock at the terminal.
And then you're trying to launch around noon if you can, right?
That's right.
Okay.
We're trying to, get them out there. And if the conditions are good, the guys who are doing the tandem flights are reporting good lift when they're out there with their tandem students. And so they said, you guys could get a much earlier start. And so that's why we moved it ahead. But also, if you have people landing at 7 o'clock and reporting back at 8 o'clock to me, and then they're stopping for dinner, they were all, I was in the scoring room at 11, people were still coming in. So you can't, yes, we want to get them off as early as we can.
Well, great. Well, of course, the contest is going on all the way through Saturday. Admission is free on out there. Get out to the airport. Check out the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition. Belinda, thanks a lot for the update, and we'll talk with you more tomorrow.
Thank you, Gooney.
Thanks a lot.
You then.
All right,
Bye-bye.
have a great day. That's Belinda Bolter there with the U.S. Hang Gliding Competition. She helps organize all that. She does a fantastic job, and thanks again for the updates. That'd be great. We'll keep you up to date all week long. It goes on through Saturday. Hey, we got some tickets we need to give away real quick. We have a family 4-pack of tickets to Music and Madness, which is going on tonight at First Baptist Church at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a great show with the Martins, Jason Crabb, Mark Lowry. If you have signed up for the KBS Club and you know the secret word of the day, give us a call. The first caller at 263-KBST, 263-5278, with today's secret word is going to pick up a family 4-pack to tonight's show, and I'll throw a CD along in there with it. 263-5278. First caller with today's secret word of the day from the KBS Club.
That is going to be a good show, Gooney.
It will. It'll be a lot of fun. We got a Doing It Wrong for today. I'm excited to hear you doing it wrong.
This one, it goes with, back to school.
Nice.
Yes.
Gross.
Some kids are actually starting school, not in our area.
Yeah,
but,
Arizona, I think, is already in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this comes out of Oklahoma.
Awesome.
It says 49-year-old Lori Ann Hill. She was a new teacher at Wagoner High School in Wagoner, Oklahoma.
Okay.
They had to report Monday for school. Didn't necessarily start on Monday, but it's like the teachers in service where they come before everybody
Try to get the
else.
classroom ready and all that.
I'm just going to point out that you don't want to show up and you're doing it wrong your first day of being a new teacher.
Yeah.
Or any job.
Yeah, right.
Well, apparently she showed up on time at 9 a.m. on her first day, but she was really, really inebriated.
She was drunk?
Yes.
Wow.
And not wearing any pants.
Really?
Yeah.
On her first day?
Her first day. She was drunk, not wearing any pants, so they called the cops. But by the time the cops got there, she put her pants on.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. At least she got her handcuffs on.
She brought her pants to work separately.
I guess so.
What's up with that?
I don't know. But
that means she thought about it beforehand. She's
Exactly.
like, you know what? I don't have time.
Does she have an extra pair in her purse? One of those people who carry like the big giant purse.
Yeah, right. She got 2 or 3.
Do you have extra pants in your purse, Heather?
No.
You don't usually show up to work drunk, though, do you?
No, not at all.
If you did that, you probably would, just in case. You never know when you need some extra pants. Wow.
No, but it says that when the cops got there, she got arrested for public intoxication. Said that she dodged the DUI charge because no one actually saw her drive up to the school. Like, they just saw her stumbling in with no pants.
Did she say that she walked to school? Did she deny that her car was in the parking lot?
I wouldn't have let anybody know which one was my car. I'd have been like, nope, I walk everywhere.
Where'd you get your pants from, ma'am?
Right. What was her name
Lost
again?
and found. I bet that's where she got those pants from.
What was her name again?
Lori Ann Hill.
Well, Lori Ann Hill, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it very wrong.
I just can't help but wonder. I mean, does she still have a job?
Well, it says it says right here there's no word on whether the school fired her, but we're assuming she isn't there teaching right now.
They don't know yet. That's the thing.
That's not how you want to start off a new job at all.
Not at all. She's doing it wrong. Remember, give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278. If you have checked out the secret word of the day, we're going to give you 4 tickets to Music and Madness. It's going to be a great family show. Hey, on Community Calendar today, we got Ranger Ron coming in along with Craig Felty. They're going to be talking about the final Moonlight Rave Run going on at the Big Spring State Park tomorrow night, actually.
That's a very cool event, by the way, Gooney.
Dude, I'm a little bit in shape now since the last one. I think I'm going to do this one.
I think you could take this one.
Yeah, like I'm not really worried too much about the distance or anything. I'm more worried about snakes and stuff like that.
Well, it's going to be at night. They're usually not around at night.
See, at nighttime, it seems like that's when they come out to the road because they're trying to find that heat, and that's what I've heard a lot. So I'm going to have
what you do is you let the pack get in front of you.
And let them scare them all the way
and
first.
let them encounter anything.
Well, because then I'm in the back and they'll sneak up behind me. The snakes are gonna flank.
Hey, no,
I'm just gonna take Ranger Ron around with me. I'm gonna have him on a bike or something in his truck, just following me with the shotgun.
You know what? I don't think it's very good promotion to be talking about snakes and a run at the same time.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Ranger Ron's probably pulling his hair out right now.
There's not going to be any snakes out there. It's very safe. Come join us at the Moonlight. But we'll talk about more of that on Community Calendar coming up. Charles, what was your favorite part of today's show?
My favorite part of today's show, all of it.
It was a good show.
It was.
It was a good show. Heather?
Your Mark Lowry interview.
That was a good interview.
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We got the rest of that coming up, too, on Gooney Overtime.
I'm going to change mine. Burger King pie guy.
Yeah, that was a good story right there. That was a good story. That was great. That was fantastic. My favorite part of the show today, man, y'all took it. Y'all took all. I was going to use the Burger King guy, but that's not going to have to work. I'm going to talk Belinda Bolter calling in again with the U.S. hang gliding competition. That's always good stuff. It's a great competition going on. Get on out to the Big Spring Air Park. It's free. Had a great show. Be sure to tune in to Gooney Overtime. We have some more tickets to Music and Madness, and we have the rest of that interview coming up right there with Mark Lowry. We got You're
gonna be giving away some gold tickets too.
Yeah, we got to upgrade some gold tickets here pretty soon too. So tune in to Gooney Overtime. It's gonna be a fun show with a lot of giveaways, and I'll make you laugh a little bit because remember, if you're not laughing,
you're not living.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who are you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
Casablanca would like to thank everyone for voting them the best Mexican food restaurant in town. Casablanca would like to remind everyone that they will be closed from Monday, August 4th through Monday, August 18th for vacation, but will reopen on Tuesday, August 19th and get back to serving those delicious, authentic Mexican dishes you love. Casablanca wants to thank everyone for their business, and they look forward to serving you for years to come. Casablanca, 1005 La Mesa Highway in Big Spring.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Thursday, August the 7th. The time is 8:02, and it's 80 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. Yesterday, KBST News received a call about raw sewage spilling from a broken pipe in Big Spring. KBST News reporter Kayla Kay has this report.
I've noticed the smell for about 6 months, and it's just really bad. You can't really sit outside without noticing the smell. Whenever you get home, that's all you can smell. It's just horrible. I've tried calling the city a few times. I've never gotten a call back, and they still haven't, that I've noticed, been out there to do anything about it.
Potential health hazards were mentioned.
I think all the standing water is probably really bad for the mosquitoes, and probably all the fumes and gases isn't good to breathe in. I'd like them to get out there and fix it and clean up all the mess that's out there. There's tons of toilet paper and hygiene products that are just laying out there that are coming out of these sewage pipes. And so not only does the break need to be fixed, but they also need to clean up the mess. It's gross.
Could there be more potential problems from this spill?
We have a couple of neighbors that are wanting to sell their houses, but they don't know if they'll be able to because the smell is so strong in the evenings.
Big Spring Public Works Director Johnny Womack stated to KBST News that crews would be working feverishly to repair the problem and that cleanup would not be far behind. Also from the Big Spring Public Works Department, they reported that repairs were completed approximately 10 p.m. last night on the water main break that occurred yesterday, which flooded Blankenship Field and spouted water in a 15-foot high stream.
For the Big Spring mother who claims she awoke to find Paul Hildreth kissing her 6-year-old daughter, there are concerns about the amount of bond that was set when Hildreth was arraigned. Judge Timothy Green set the bond at $45,000. The mother feels the amount is too low and that Hildreth will be back on the streets. When asked about the amount, Judge Green told news media that he had to consider that Hildreth is still innocent until proven guilty, and there are multiple legal issues to consider. Green also commented that even though Hildreth is a registered sex offender, there are still a lot of things that have to be done, and the investigation is ongoing. Odessa police are on the lookout for 2 male suspects who committed an armed robbery yesterday of the Triple Diamond Game Room in Odessa. Upon arrival, officers identified a victim as 56-year-old Adeline Alvarez. Alvarez reported that 2 male suspects entered the back of the business when one of the suspects pulled out a handgun and struck her in the side of the head while demanding money. The suspects took an undisclosed amount of cash from a money bag and then fled the scene in an unknown direction. KBST News reporter Kayla Kay has this report about a new business in downtown Big Spring.
Hi, I'm Donna Blick-Gamble, and we'd like to invite you out to the Legacy Restaurant for great food and great service. We have daily lunch specials and dinner specials. Some of our lunch specials include chicken fried steak or hamburger steak, catfish. We have also salads, pasta dishes, burgers, sandwiches, and kids' plates. Come out for lunch or dinner or have your favorite cocktail. We serve great fresh food.
When is the Legacy open?
We're currently open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, although that is subject to change as the business grows. And thank you, and come out and visit us at the Legacy Restaurant.
There was a ribbon cutting yesterday afternoon at the Legacy Restaurant, just a short stroll away in downtown Big Spring. Healthy Woman, a Scenic Mountain Medical Center resource, will be hosting their annual Ladies' Night Out on August the 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Featured stops and door prize partners will be Uptown Salon and Day Spa, Splurge, and Jake Witzel Gibson Interiors. These locations will be offering extended hours, refreshments, and an opportunity at door prizes. For more information, call Amanda Dufront at 432-268-4699 or Anita Klein at 432-568-4721. Today at 10 a.m., the Howard College Board of Trustees will meet for a budget workshop, followed by a special meeting at 12:30 p.m. after lunch. The meeting will take place in the Tumbleweed Room in the Student Union Building. Among the agenda items is the discussion of the tax rate, the scheduling of budget and tax hearings, and the nomination for the Howard County Appraisal District Board of Directors vacancy. The Friends of the Library of Howard County book sale has been set for October the 17th through the 19th, and they are requesting book donations. If you have books to donate, take them to the Howard County Library Monday through Friday during regular library hours. They ask no National Geographic or other magazines or condensed books, please. If you would like to join the Friends of the Library or find out more, stop by the library and pick up an application. Membership dues are only $5 per year. And the third annual Community Prayer Breakfast for teachers and paraprofessionals will be August the 22nd at 7:30 a.m. The breakfast will be held at the First Christian Church Fellowship Hall and will feature Tom Koger and musician George Bancroft. The breakfast is sponsored by the First Baptist Church, First Christian Church, First Church of the Nazarene, and the First Presbyterian Church. In a look at local obituaries, H.C. Rowden, age 80 of Big Spring, died Monday. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. today at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Nell Beard, age 91 of Big Spring, died Tuesday. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at myersandsmith.com. Fabian Rios Jr., age 18 of Big Spring, died Wednesday, July 30th. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. today at the Holy Trinity Catholic Parish. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Sidney Francis Hurt, age 88, died August the 4th. A rosary will be held this evening at 7 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Funeral Mass will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at the church. Interment will follow in St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are under Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. James Jim Reese, age 83 of Big Spring, died Monday. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. today at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. The KBST News Time is 8:09. We'll be back with a look at your sports and weather right after this.
Have you been looking for the perfect job? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is looking for you. We're looking for the right someone to join our team. We offer competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement. If you're good with people, enjoy helping others, have good computer skills, we'd like to talk to you about our inside sales position. It's a full-time job with 40 hours every week and weekends off. Put that together with competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement, and the Paint and Safety Store could become your new favorite job. Apply today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
Your KBST News Time is 8:10. For a look at sports, it's KBST Sports Director Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got their first back-to-back win since June yesterday. Rosales had a fantastic game that started with a 2-run homer in the second inning.
Knocked in a run, swings here and lifts a high fly ball out into deep right center field. Eaton going back to his left onto the track. He runs into the fence, and it's over the fence. The ball, that is. Eaton is down on the track. He went into that fence at full speed. Dion Viciedo standing over him right now. And Adam Rosales goes opposite field with a 2-run home run to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Rosales then got a solo home run in the 7th.
Again, the 1-2, and there's a ball hit deep out into left field. Diaza going back. He's at the track looking up. It's gone. Adam Rosales has hit his second home run of the ball game. This one a solo shot leading off the 7th. He's racing around, touching them all to give Texas a 3-0 lead.
And if that didn't make Rosales a rock star, he made some plays on defense that definitely did.
On the Rangers network, here's a hard hit ball to the right side. Rosales dives, has it on the outfield grass, comes up firing, and he gets Gillespie. Terrific defensive play by Adam Rosales as he raced to his left, dove onto the outfield grass, made the stop, and then popped up, got into good throwing position, and threw a dart over to J.P. Arancibia.
The Rangers got the win, finishing off the White Sox 3-1 in Chicago. They're now only 2.5 games behind the Astros, but unfortunately still remain in last place in the AL West. The Rangers have the day off as they travel to Houston for a 3-game series against the Astros that begins on Friday. The Houston Astros lost their second straight to the Phillies 10-3. Game 3 is tonight from Philadelphia with the first pitch at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds added another one to the win column, beating Tulsa 3-0 last night. Game 3 against Tulsa tonight with the first pitch from Citibank Ballpark in Midland at 7 o'clock. And football season is here, and preseason football is underway in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have their first preseason game tonight against the San Diego Chargers. That game starts at 9 o'clock from San Diego on CBS. And the Houston Texans begin preseason play Saturday with their first game against the Cardinals at 7:30. And in local sports, the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition is currently underway at the Big Spring Air Park. Robin Hamilton from Houston, Texas, is currently in the lead after winning yesterday's task. The competition is going on all week long through Saturday at the Big Spring Air Park. Admission is free, and you can keep up with the event by following the live tracker found at the link at kbsmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBS Sports Center.
And a look at your Howard County weather. A slight 10% chance of rain this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies and hot, a high around 100 degrees. Tonight, the 10% chance of rain continues. Partly cloudy skies expected and a low around 74. Tomorrow, as we head into the weekend on Friday, mostly sunny and hot again, a high around 100. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low around 74. On Saturday, under sunny skies, a high in the upper 90s. And Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low around 75. The KBST News Time is 8:13. I'm Garen Skates, and this has been your KBS Radio Group News. Coming up on Community Calendar, a discussion with Craig Felty about moonlight running. But first, the Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith, brought to you by the Churchwell Agency.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. A unique way to win a football game. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. Does sitting on your wallet feel like sitting on a lopsided booster seat? No? Well, it should. See, Farmers agents can help you stuff your wallet by combining auto and home policies so you can walk tall, sit crooked, and hopefully find a decent chiropractor.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmers agent. We are insurance.
We are Farmers.
Your local Farmers agent is Tommy Churchwell, also carrying life, commercial, and oil field insurance at the Churchwell Agency, 267-3857.
When Rick Hamby was in high school in Plainview, he played football.
Plainview, in 1964, 65, 66, we had the worst football team in Texas. We had the longest losing streak. We lost something like 45, 46 games. Big Spring beat us 86-6 my junior year. The kids that were seniors were really better football players than the record should have indicated. They were tougher than we were, the seniors were. And I played across from a guy who had a full ride to A&M when he graduated. They had an X's game that they played every year. And we knew that they were going to beat us because they were so much better than we were, the underclassmen. And so a friend of mine, a guy by the name of David True, and I decided we were going to win that football game. But we were going to cheat. And so what we did is we made up a batch of X-Lax brownies. If anybody remembers what X-Lax was. We took it to the high school there in Plainview the next morning and had this little girl who we went to Sunday school with, was our age, go over and present the seniors, and they were over there with all their epaulets and their ribbons and their medals and stuff, and their leather jackets, pontificating. And she took the brownies over there, and they said on the box, "Good luck, Blue Dogs." Plainview was red and blue was their color. They were the Blue Dogs, we were the Red Dogs. And you could just see them. I saw that guy that I had to play across from just shoving brownie after brownie into his mouth. And finally, all of those arrogant seniors had little brownie rings around their mouths. And we were just sitting there very quietly watching them consume these brownies. Well, along about 10:30 or 11 o'clock that morning, I was sitting in English class once, and you saw these little blue streaks running up and down the hall as these guys were going to the bathroom. That afternoon, we got out and had the football game, longest halftime in history, And this big old tough guy that I played across from, when the ball was snapped, I'd hit him, and rather than manhandle me, he would go, "Oh." And we beat him 27-0.
Rick Hamby moved to Big Spring, where he was district attorney for 20 years. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with The Sound of Texas.
Have something to sell and need to know where to sell it? SJ Farms is now accepting vendors for a new flea and farmers market to be held every weekend on Saturdays and Sundays beginning at 6 a.m. for all vendors and 8 a.m. for the public. Barbecue and concessions will be available on site. For further information on vendor booths, contact John Pogue by calling 432-270-1244. SJ Farms Flea and Farmers Market located at 1607 Avenue X off the Gale Highway 669.
Convenient, personalized dental care at an exceptional value for the entire family. That's the foundation of Abbeville Dentistry. Our doctors make it easy for you to get the quality dental care you deserve on your schedule and your budget. Abbeville Dentistry has been providing locally owned, state-of-the-art dentistry to the community with services like same-day appointments and cleanings and extractions. At Abbeville Dentistry, we don't believe you should have to pay anything to find out what's wrong. That's why your new patient exam, x-rays, and consultation have always been free. That's a $278 value. We offer an in-office savings plan, are providers for the Affordable Care Act, and accept most insurance. Schedule your appointment today. Call 432-271-3046. That's 432-271-3046. Or visit BigSpringSmiles.com. Experience the difference. Experience Abbeville Dentistry. Offer not valid with third-party remuneration. Doctors Youngblood, Shar, Capella General Dentist, Abbeville, LLC.
Check out these fantastic savings from Fuller Foods in Colorado City. Sirloin cut pork chops, bone-in family pack, $1.79 a pound. Bottom round roast, boneless beef, $2.99 a pound. Chicken fajitas family pack, $2.99 a pound. All beef patties family pack, $2.99 a pound. Budweiser beer, 30-pack of cans, regular or light, $21.99. Coors or Miller Lite, 18-pack long neck bottles, regular or light, $16.99. You'll find these savings and more at Fuller Foods, 405 Hickory Street.
You're listening to KBST AM and FM. It's time for the KBST Community Calendar, a daily program that focuses on the issues and events that affect our community.
Welcome to Community Calendar here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It is Thursday, August the 7th, 8:19 here at the KBS studios. I have with me Mr. Craig Felty. How you doing, Craig?
Good morning.
Thanks
I'm
for
doing
coming on
great.
this
How are
morning.
you?
Doing fantastic. Mr. Ron Alton from the Big Spring State Park. Ranger Ron, thanks for joining us this morning, Ron.
Awesome.
We have a cool event that's coming up tomorrow. It's the last installment of a cool thing that you guys have done all summer long, which is the Moonlight Rave Run. And tomorrow night is the last one of the summer.
It is. We started in May and June.
Yeah.
First June, we had a storm in June. It was a lot of it was exciting. The June run was exciting, but
I bet.
Friday night, Moonlight Rave Run starts at 11:55.
Wow.
That's the way nobody gets confused whether 12 a.m. is in the middle of the night or at lunch. You know, it's 11:55 p.m. We get started up there, and it is so much fun. Our shirts glow in the dark. We will have black light stuff out there. Kind of some good pumping music to get everybody going to. Run and get excited. You bet.
That's cool.
It is the most fun event we do, probably.
Now, Craig, you're telling me about these shirts, the shirt that you're wearing right now. You can check it out. Just go to kbsmedia.com, click on the YouTube tab, and that'll take you to our YouTube page where we're streaming live video. Guys, you see you're on the video right now.
Oh, my goodness. I better sit up straight.
Yeah, show some good posture right now. You got some students or something
There
watching.
you go.
No, but check out this shirt. Go watch the live video feed. Check out the shirt that Craig has on. Craig, you said that you get one of these shirts just for participating, right?
Yes.
And the moon that's on it is really cool on this shirt.
The moon actually glows in the dark. It charges up in the light, so if you leave it in the light for a couple of hours, then it'll glow for 30 or 40 minutes afterwards. Awesome. And it's fun. The first time it happened, I thought somebody was sneaking in my closet, but but then I realized, okay, we did that on purpose, but it scared me,
Kind of threw you off.
It did throw me off a little bit, you pull out the drawer and something's glowing at you. That's like something out of the big bad movies or something.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Ron, again, this is the third event that's going on there at the state park, and of course, you pretty much run things there at the state park.
Yes, sir.
So you're definitely very busy in events like this. What exactly are you going to be doing out there? Are you just going to kind of be controlling everything, make sure everybody stays safe, or are you going to get out there and run a little bit?
Well, I'd love to, and it's a habit of mine to do it on the mountain, not during events. But usually during events, I'm, helping with the traffic and designating volunteers to certain areas. Just Craig and I tag team and getting the whole thing done. So
now this state park that we have here in Big Spring, this is a treasure that we have. This is a gold mine. It's an amazing place, and we get to have cool events like this. Ron, wouldn't you? I mean, it seems like the traffic and the events are slowly picking up at the state park compared to last year's. Is there stuff in the future that you're planning on that's going to bring even more events to Big Spring?
Really, for now, we're just sticking with the events we have, but I'm
busy right now.
Well, a lot of the events that have started and that we can continue to do, honestly, weren't even my ideas. Even like the Moonlight Run.
Right.
Now the Mass of the Mountain was there before Craig.
Right.
But this was Craig's baby, and a lot of even the other events, the Stargazing, that was done before I got there.
Right.
So, but again. A lot of times people bring ideas up, and if it looks good, we run with it, and if it's decently attended, we keep going.
So if anybody wants to do some kind of event on the state park, how could they contact you to bring that idea?
Sure, just, of course, we're listed in the phone book, but just give us a holler, 263-4931. We're open to ideas.
That's awesome, man. Now, Craig, of course, this Moonlight Rave Run, like you said, is going to kick off at 11:55. You talked a little bit about having some black lights out there. How's that going to work?
Well, we put them up high in the air and on some poles out there. We set up some special stands and things like that. And so at the start-finish line, which is up by the headquarters, we have black light for about the first, I guess probably the first 150, 200 feet, something like that.
That's pretty cool.
And it's really neat because at the beginning, with everybody gathered there at the start, right before we start, it's a
Just a bunch of people together in a crowd.
Yeah, it's what we used to call a Kodak moment. But,
yeah, exactly.
Now it's what's it called? A Facebook or a Twitter moment. It's
a self-portrait.
Yeah, a selfie moment. Yeah, that's it.
That other word.
Yeah.
Heather in the house and I have a bet going on that if I say that word, I have to give her $1.
Well, I can say it.
You can say it all you want. So
I can say selfies, but yeah.
Awesome. Hey, we're going to take a real quick break. We're talking with Craig Felty and Ranger Ron here about the Moonlight Rave Run going on tomorrow at the Big Spring State Park here on Community Calendar on Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM.
Elrod's Furniture is having a great sale on its Lazy Boy recliners. We have teamed up with Lazy Boy to get some terrific savings on our in-stock recliners. Lots of fabric and lots of colors on Lazy Boy's best-selling product. And remember, layaway is available at Elrod's Furniture. Things have changed since the first recliner came out in 1928. For over 80 years, the Lazy Boy brand has been synonymous with comfort and quality. With Lazy Boy's patented 3-position leg rest, independent back recline, and 18 tilt positions, you will get the comfort and support you want. So come in and see why Lazy Boy is endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association for its back and lumbar support. Come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
Ready for some golf, recreation, and social life? You might be ready for the Big Spring Country Club. There are hundreds of reasons to join. What's important to you? Great golf? Your own swimming pool? Home-style, casual, or fine dining? It's okay to ask, what's in the club for me? Because membership isn't for everyone. Is it for you? Find out at the Big Spring Country Club. This could very well be the lifestyle change you're looking for. Call and schedule a visit, 267-8241.
This is a public service announcement from the KBS Radio Group. Are you tired of living in constant struggle? Is your load too heavy to carry another step? Do you want to feel free at last? Reformers Unanimous is a Christ-centered, faith-based addiction discipleship program which is designed to set you free from many addictions. Join Reformers Unanimous at Trinity Baptist Church on Mondays from 7 to 9 p.m. Enter at the north door of the church, and for more information, call 230-0070.
And now, let's get back to Community Calendar on KBST.
Welcome back to Community Calendar here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. We're talking with Craig Felty and Ranger Ron here about the Moonlight Rave Run that's going on tomorrow night at the Big Spring State Park. It's going to be kicking off at about 11:55. I want to switch gears just a little bit and talk with you, Craig. You just got to run a pretty cool event down in San Angelo.
Well, it's coming up on Sunday.
That's
it's coming up. And we just finished the one in Midland. The Tall City Triathlon was last Saturday. But Sunday, this is the week that I'm thinking, what was I thinking?
Yeah, right.
We're coordinating 3 different events this week. Friday night, of course, the Moonlight Run. And then on Sunday, we have the San Angelo Triathlon.
Right.
Which is, there's a sprint distance and an Olympic distance triathlon, open water swim in Lake Nasworthy.
Nice.
More information, you can go to PermianBasinEvents.com for that.
That sounds like a pretty cool triathlon. But
it's amazing.
You must be in the best shape of anyone I've ever met, Craig, because you, like you said, you just ran the triathlon in Midland over there. Was it a triathlon over in Midland, or was it just a 5K?
I coordinate that one.
Oh, so you didn't actually run in that one?
I didn't actually run in that.
That's good, because you might be totally worn out if you did all 3 of these events all weekend long. It's good that you coordinate them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's. I got into it. In fact, my birthday this year will be my 10th anniversary of starting to run triathlons.
Oh, wow, nice.
I've dropped 30 pounds, and we were talking earlier about how you said, when I first got in the water, started swimming.
Right.
My first triathlon was the 300-yard swim.
Right.
And I had to roll out of the side of the pool. I couldn't just climb out of the pool. I had to kind of prop myself. I was so tired, and it was awful.
Right.
Now it's really not a lot for me to, jump in the lake and swim 500 yards or so, and ride my bike for 20 miles. It's a lot different thing, and I really enjoyed getting in shape. But I started easy and just kept building.
Right, and that's what I'm working on, because we all know that I've volunteered to help raise some money for the YMCA by competing in the Comanche Warrior Triathlon coming up on September 6th. And I was telling you earlier, you know, whenever I first started training, I jumped in the pool at the Y, and I swam just one lap down there, which is just 25 meters. And I got to the end and started choking and thought I was going to die. And that was my first day in the pool, and I was like, there's no way. Like, what did I get myself into? Because that's just 25 meters. We have to go 500 meters in this swim, and there's no way I'm going to do this. But, it's been 3 weeks into my workout now, and I can swim at least 300 meters nonstop, and it gets easier. You just have to learn to take these things one day at a time and just slowly build yourself up over time. If I wasn't doing this right now, I'd just try to jump into that triathlon. There's no way.
That's the way it goes, because when I first started to try to get back in shape, I was really out of shape. I think 46 years old.
Yeah.
And I thought, I got to do something. And I started kind of trying to change the way I ate.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, I know you're supposed to run.
Yeah.
I'd done that when I was younger a little bit. I never was very fast, but I was always persistent.
Yeah.
And so I ran 100 steps out the front door and 100 steps back.
Right.
And thought I was I grabbed onto the post that held the roof, on the porch. I was leaning on it, breathing like I was going to die.
Yeah.
And then I added 20 steps a day.
There you go.
And
slowly built
it back up. 3 years later, I did my first triathlon.
Nice.
And so, it comes along.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I imagine. And the cool thing about the Moonlight Rave Run that's going on tomorrow night at the Big Spring State Park, Ron, you were talking about just the atmosphere that's out there during this thing. Talk a little bit about that. Describe that. Paint a picture for us so we can, get a preview of what's going to go on tomorrow night.
Well, of course, I'm up there in the park a lot of times after dark.
Right.
And it's just so much nicer, of course, than when it's 90-something degrees.
Oh, I bet.
And then you got the full moon lighting up the road and the countryside. Of course, your twinkling stars overhead, the twinkling city lights below. It's just a whole fun, cooler atmosphere than we're used to during the day. And again, folks, they bring the whole families. I'm talking, 6, 7-year-olds, and they'll walk. They don't necessarily have to run.
Yeah.
And walk and just make it a family outing. So it's just a fun kind of jazz up time with everybody up there.
Right. You can bring the whole family out and get them to take, it's an opportunity that you don't get all the time because the park normally closes when the sun goes down.
Yes,
so
sir.
Like I've been in Big Spring for about 16 years now, and I've never been up there after dark. I've just never seen it. And that's something I've always wanted to do, is check out how the city looks from the top of the mountain. And this is your opportunity, even if you're not a runner, you know what I mean? Like you said, bring the kids out, and you can just, you can just do the little top loop there at the state park and still check out the city at nighttime. And that's one of the greatest things about this entire event.
Yeah.
Craig, tell me a little bit again how you got this Moonlight Rave Run started. What gave you this idea?
Well, actually, it was when I was starting to get back in shape. Ron was kind of one of my people that encouraged me a lot.
Yeah.
And he would slow down enough to kind of stay with me, and still does. We go run together, and Ron kind of takes it easy and slows down enough to stay with me.
Yeah.
But then there were times when we both were so busy that we couldn't get around to running until after dark.
Okay.
And after dark in the park, it's just amazing the transformation that takes place. As hot as it is sometimes during the day, there are little draws and things on the park where you go past this little area, and it's like somebody turned the air conditioning on down there. There's a little cool breeze flowing through some spots. There's about 2 or 3 little dips out there in the road that are just like somebody turned on an air conditioning system.
That's awesome.
And then, the hills, and then coming around in the moonlight is amazing. So after we'd done that a few times, and I helped out with Master of the Mountain and some other events, I thought, this is too good a secret to keep.
Right.
We need to open this up for some other folks. And so started talking with Ron about it, and we launched this. I think this is the 4th year. Maybe I think this is the 4th year we've done it.
I think so.
And it's been amazing.
That's awesome. And of course, it's about a 5K run up there on the mountain.
Right.
So this is good. Like I'm definitely planning on going out and participating in this, basically because my first type of triathlon or marathon, anything, was going to be the Comanche Warrior Triathlon, and that's not something you typically want to start out with. when you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but it happens.
It's happened before. So I'm glad that I'll have the chance to do a little bit of running and get a little bit of experience in a 5K, because I've probably never ran more than the 10 feet that it takes me to get to the fridge and back.
I understand.
So it's going to be a good experience. And tell us again how folks can get registered and sign up for this event.
Well, the easiest way is to remember our PermianBasinEvents.com website. Go to PermianBasinEvents.com, then click on the Events tab, and it'll take you down to Moonlight Run.
Right.
And so that goes to the Scenic Mountain Moonlight Rave Run page, and then you click the registration tab there.
Okay.
You go to registration. If that doesn't work for you, you can always come out and but get there early. Get there about 10:45 or even a little earlier than that. We'll open registration at 10:30 on Friday night.
Okay.
That's $25. The other thing, since we got rained out in June, those people that were registered or were there in June, come back and you can do the race at no charge this time.
Now, is there anything do you guys have like a list of the registration from the last race? Is
Yes.
that how you'll? Okay, because that can be confusing sometimes. You know
Right.
what I mean? If they missed out on it, some folks wonder, well, what do I need to bring anything? Do I need an ID or anything like that, or do I just show up and then
Show
the
up.
name on the
We
list?
have we'll find your name on the list
Perfect.
and check it off.
Perfect. Now, Ron, one more time, is there any safety procedures that anyone needs to think about before they go and run this event? Is there anything, of course, I know stretching is important. You need to make sure you stretch very well. You want to stay very hydrated. If you can, take a bottle of water with you along on the run, because it's a little over 3 miles. But as far as running on the mountain, is there anything safety-wise that people should look out for?
Well, just some people like wearing a headlight.
Okay.
Just to see if there is anything on the road or like that. Of course, again, with the full moon, it's surprising how, with the color of the road up there, that's a lighter color, not a black asphalt color. It's a lighter color rocks.
Yeah.
How it's surprising how much that moon bounces back up off the road. You almost don't even need a light, but those that want to wear a headlight, of course, go for it. That's a good idea. And again, if you are bringing some younger kids, this is not the time to wear sandals. They need to have sturdy,
That's right.
some type of sturdy footwear, preferably a tennis shoe.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, running shoe, some
Right.
type of shoe, athletic shoe.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, now, and I know you were telling me a little bit off the air a while ago that, you'd ridden your bike up there on the mountain before, and a fox just shot across, the road. Are there any animals or anything like that we should watch out for, or they pretty much stay to themselves?
No, pretty much. Again, I see fox almost every single night up there, whether I'm in the vehicle, on the bike, or running or walking.
Yeah.
And like I say, the fox, they might look at you, give you the eagle eye, and then they move on. They don't want anything to do with you. They're usually when you see them, they're on their designated path that's going to cross over the asphalt road.
Exactly.
So again, they're going to go their own way.
Just kind of be aware of them. Now, I have to ask this question because I'm sure a lot of folks out there are wondering it, since that fox keeps crossing your path. Do you know what the fox says? do you have any idea?
I know what he says.
Just keep it a secret?
No, he says, "Get out of my territory,
There it
homie."
is.
That's what he's saying.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on Community Calendar today. Once again, it is the Moonlight Rave Run going down at the Big Spring State Park up on Scenic Mountain. Tomorrow night, the run's going to start at 11:55 p.m., just before midnight. It's going to be a great event. Again, if you want to register, you can go to PermianBasinEvents.com and click on the Events tab. It'll take you straight to the Moonlight Rave Run. You can register there. It's $20 if you register online, or you can register at the event for $25. Just make sure you show up a little bit early, about 10:30 or a little bit early to register there at the mountain. And again, if you had registered for the previous Moonlight Rave Run that was rained out, show up to this one. You're still registered. You can still show up. It's going to be a great time. Bring your glow sticks, your nice shirts that are going to look good in a black light, and we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun out there.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for coming on. Again, this has been Community Calendar talking about the Moonlight Rave Run tomorrow night at the Big Spring State Park with Ranger Ron and Craig Felty here on Community Calendar on Gooney in the Morning on KBST, AM, and FN. Stay tuned for Gooney Overtime. I've got tons of tickets for Music and Madness to give away.
You've been listening to the KBST Community Calendar on KBST, AM, and FM on KBST.com.